A very good evening. Much thanks for joining us here on the program. This is Look Up Weekend. The day is the 12th day of April 2024 and the 30th day of the doctors' strike, causing a lot of paralysis in medical facilities. Now, I've got you covered on matters doctors' strike and so much more happening here on the program. I'm Nancy Nalimo. Sign language interpreter this evening is Felista Adundo. Do stay with us as we bring you up to speed with stories that are making headlines. Before we get into all of that, here are our top stories. And once more, welcome to the program. The hashtag is Look Up Weekend at Lookuptv on X, Lookuptv on Facebook, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. Do stay with us for the next few minutes as we bring you up to speed with stories that are making headlines. Let's begin. The Salaries and Remuneration Commission, SRC, has suggested that the salaries of public servants should not surpass 35% of the total revenue generated. Addressing the media, SRC chairperson Lynn Mengich expressed apprehensions regarding the government's significant wage bill, noting that 47.3% of revenue is allocated to the wage bill, while over 60% is earmarked for debt repayment.
The Salaries and Remuneration Commission said they refused daily subsistence allowance for top government officers, as well as reducing sitting allowances for state officers, including members of county assembly and commissioners.
Conference will also provide an opportunity to discuss and develop purposeful actions towards enhancing the role of productivity in the fiscal sustainability of the wage bill. There indeed exists a huge potential for the optimization of productivity in the public service. Improving public service productivity is a strategic intervention towards the achievement of the 35% wage bill to ordinary revenue ratio, and thus making available more resources for development and other government priorities.
Megich said for Kenya to realize economic goals, the money spent on development must be higher. Out of the 2.2 trillion Kenya shillings, where currently 1.03 trillion Kenya shillings goes for payment of government employees.
Our exchequer releases for purposes of recurrent expenditure, including mandazis and salaries, stands at 75%.
The Cabinet Secretary for Public Service, Performance and Delivery Management, Moses Kuria, said his ministry is working on a formula to reduce both government employees as well as reducing their salaries and remuneration. He said this will realize more funds for development effort.
Avoidance of doubt what I've said. When we undertake the review, everything will be on the table. Reduction of allowances, reduction of salaries, reduction of numbers. But as I've said, it is going to be process driven. It's not going to be, rule of the law. It's going to be analytical. It's going to be professional. It's going to be detailed because we have to do the right things and be driven by science and by facts. And on the issue of a question I like, what about if these people move to the private sector? That's what I want.
Kuria also warned of institutions planning to have an autonomous independence of hiring more staffs by establishing boards to forget, since government is not intending to spend more funds on salaries and remuneration.
Even the President of the Republic of Kenya, who is responsible for appointing the CAS, is assist of all these topics. These topics concern him even more than me, and he speaks about them every day. So I must say that it's not going to be sacred cows when it comes to that conversation.
The Salaries and Remuneration Commission is calling all government stakeholders for national wage bill debate at Bomas of Kenya from 15th to 17th of April to chant way forward on reducing recurrent expenditure from 47% to 35%. Aaron Kenyamazio, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
Thank you, Haran. Moving forward, the Kiambu County government has instructed all health workers who are currently on strike to return to work immediately, as mandated by the court. Governor Kimani Wamatangi announced significant repercussions for those who continue to strike, including the suspension of their salaries until they resume work. John Mataba with more.
As doctors continue to stand firm on their position not to return to work until the government hears and meets their demands, doctors in Kiambu County have been ordered back to work as directed by the court. And if they fail to comply, their salaries will be suspended until they resume work. Governor Kimani Wamatangi, addressing the press, stated that any health worker who is absent from work without a valid reason will not receive their county's salary for this month unless they return to work.
The county government of Kiambu will not process and pay salaries to any health worker who is absent from duty without lawful cause. And 3, the leadership and management of the Department of Health Services is hereby required to apply the relevant administrative processes, namely strict supervision, among others, to ensure attendance to duty by all staff.
Wamatangi further added that the county workers have no reason to strike, as since he took office he has fully addressed the interest of the doctors.
Mambo ya mishahara nimesema ya kwamba kutoka tuchukue ushukani kwenye hii serikali, mwaka 1.5 umepita, hakuna mwezi mmoja ambapo siku moja kuna mshahara ulichelewa hata siku moja. Tunalipa hata kama ni zile deductions zote zinafaa kulipwa kupelekwa kwenye account za benki na wengine wanaohusika. Zote tumekuwa tunapeana kwa ule muda mwafaka.
Meanwhile, nominated Senator Miraj Abdullahi has defended the government, stating that the lack of funds to increase doctors' salaries, while also asserting that doctors are unfairly attacking Health Cabinet Secretary Susan Nahumiche, who she believes is not her fault.
Kwa kweli kama mzazi, kando na kuwa mimi ni kiongozi, tunatatizika sana na masuala ya madaktari kutokuwa katika sehemu zao za kazi, ikifahamika ya kwamba wananchi ndio wanaoumia. Jumla ya kuwa serikali imejaribu kuweka vikao endelevu ambavyo bado vinaendelea, hata vimesimamishwa, ni kwa sababu katika mazungumzo kuna kukubaliana na kutokukubaliana. Nazungumza kwa unyenyekevu kwa wananchi wa taifa la Kenya. Tunapokuwa tunajadili.
John Matava, Lookuptv.
Away from that, President William RUTO has issued a stern warning to bandits in Laikipia and the broader northern region, affirming the government's determination to address the issue of insecurity effectively. Speaking of the launch of the Human-Wildlife Conflict Mitigation and Compensation Scheme at Rumuruti Stadium in Laikipia, the head of state announced the deployment of an additional 50 National Police Reservists to the area. Brenna Mwai has more.
As security in the north continues to be a pain for the Kenya Kwanza government, efforts to better the situation have been amplified with the latest move by President William RUTO, who now says his government is committed in ending the security menace that has affected Laikipia County.
Hii jambo la usalama sio Laikipia peke yake, taifa lote la Kenya. Ni lazima kama nchi ambayo tumepata uhuru na tunajitawala, hatuwezi kukubali watu wachache waangaisha wananchi na watukoseshe mambo ya usalama.
Speaking during the official launch of the Human-Wildlife Conflict Mitigation and Compensation Scheme at Rumuruti Stadium in Laikipia on Friday, the head of state said police reservists will be deployed to boost the already existing efforts.
Mimi nawatangazia hapa leo ya kwamba tutaongeza police wa National Police Reserve 250 wengine.
The first in command also sounded a warning to those breaking the law, as he stressed on how the government is investing in new equipment for police officers.
Tumeweka mpango ya karibu bilioni 25 kununua equipment mpya ya polisi wetu na walinda usalama. Sasa niko na equipment ya kutosha. Hawa wakora chuma chao kimotoni. Mimi nataka niwahakikishie ya kwamba hawa watu wa kuangaisha wananchi tutawashughulikia kikamilifu.
President RUTO now says the bandits' days are numbered, calling on Kenyans to collaborate with the state in dealing with them.
Musifiche wezi, musifiche wale wanatuharibia mambo ya usalama. Kama mtu ni mkora, kama ni bandit, kama ni mwizi wa ng'ombe, mtuambie ndio tukabiliane na yeye. tuko na mahali ya kupeleka wezi wote.
On matters illicit brew, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua says efforts have been paying off, but at the same time, there are officers sleeping on the job, calling on them to pull up their socks.
Pombe tumepigana naye hapa Laikipia, lakini hapa Rumuruti, Bwana Regional Commissioner, your DCC, your OSPD, your OCSs in Rumuruti are failing us, and they are not doing what they are supposed to do.
As the human-wildlife conflict continues to affect communities living close to parks and reserves, RUTO has directed the Ministry of Tourism to map all areas which require fencing, including forests, to facilitate electric fencing in the next 5 years.
Tuko na askari wa kutosha kuhakikisha kwamba wanyama wetu wanakaa pale kwenye mbuga zetu na sehemu ya misitu,
na hatuwezi kubali wanyama waue watu. Hata kama wanatusaidia kwa utalii, hiyo utalii ni ya kusaidia sisi tukiwa uhai. Kwa hivyo watafunguliwa barabara kidogo tu ya kufika hapo Saburu, lakini wanyama wakae kwa msitu na sisi tukae kwa reserve. Tumekubaliana?
The fencing program that you launched earlier on is critical to keeping animals in their home and wananchi at their homes. This phase 1 has a budget of 300 million shillings and will be laying 350 kilometers of electric fence. We'll soon be embarking on phase 2 for another 350 kilometers.
Brian Amwai, Lookuptv.
Now, the Cohesion and Equal Opportunities Committee convened with legislators representing areas prone to banditry, aiming to find a peaceful resolution to the persistent conflicts that have led to loss of lives and displacements on numerous occasions. Stanley Lugaria with a report.
We asked ourselves, what can we do about it? And we realized that as a starting point, we bring in all the members of parliament who are elected from the North Rift, so that peace, first of all, starts among them.
The lawmakers are mooting to onboard all the elected leaders as a key software aspect in softening the rift that has resulted in death and displacements, castigating politicians for fueling the attacks by standing in between the fight against banditry, as it has turned into a cash cow for them.
Coming with a work plan, a program of activities that we are going to undertake, and some of them definitely is calling all those who are involved also to give their views, and then jointly we come up with how best we can.
Led by Mandera West MP Adan Yusuf Haji, the committee maintains it will seek unity for all leaders from the region whom they will use to address the residents jointly, faulting politicians and local security agencies for fueling the situation with the reports that police are colluding with the bandits. As spent cartridges revealed that all bullets used during raids are locally manufactured in Eldoret.
Therefore, while the army and the executive is doing their part, we elected leaders whose voices are heard by the people, we want also to complement what the army and the rest are doing.
The committee has cited conflict of interest through the cross-deployment of chiefs in the affected communities to restore peace and order soon after the attacks.
Then we ask ourselves, are we in control really? The bullets are made in Eldoret, but they are being used by the bandits. So we don't know where the missing link is. And the other thing is, of course, the fact that it has been reported that in certain communities you have two chiefs. A chief is sent to the same area where there is another chief.
Shinyalu lawmaker Freddy Kana stated that the committee seeks to play a big role by addressing the conflicting communities in the North Rift, as it intends to reach out to all security agencies after meeting all MPs from within the region, as well as in the Isiolo-Meru border.
We have decided that we want to play a role in ensuring that we bring together the conflicting parties in the North Rift region so that we can have a lasting peace.
Join hands and talk one language to their people, and go and talk to the people jointly.
County commissioners have also been put on the spot for looting allowances meant for the police officers deployed in the affected region, an act that has since demoralized the officers who end up dining with the bandits. Stanley Lugaria, Lookuptv.
Now, the Teachers Service Commission, along with the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET, have agreed to advance over 30,000 teachers who have been stuck in one position for more than 7 years. KUPPET Chairman Milemba Omboko, speaking in Naivasha, disclosed that discussions are underway regarding providing teachers with health insurance coverage.
Following a disagreement between teachers and Teachers Service Commission concerning promotion of teachers, TSC and KUPPET have reached an agreement to promote over 30,000 teachers who have stagnated in one position for over 7 years. Addressing the press in Naivasha, KUPPET chairman Omboko Milemba noted that since 2017, majority of teachers had not been promoted.
We have the 26,000 teachers who are supposed to be confirmed to PNP. That will cost the tune of 7.8 billion shillings. And that will be able to accommodate those two areas.
Omboko indicated that 4 billion Kenyan shillings will be required for the employment of 20,000 teachers to address the crisis of JSS across the country. He added that the government will look at the implementation of new group life cover, group personal accident cover, and work injury benefits insuring for teachers as part of the medical scheme.
For them to employ the 20,000 teachers is a total of 4 billion. Kenya shillings.
The Union Secretary General Akelo Misori said that TSC has agreed to convert all 26,000 intern teachers recruited in 2023 to permanent and pensionable terms in January 2025. The SJ also expressed the union's concern over poor staffing of schools, in particular junior secondary schools, where only 2 teachers per stream were currently handling all the learning areas.
The Commission also committed to immediately address the grievances of teachers who were converted from job group M to C5 and who have not earned any promotion since 2017. And therefore, currently now, KUPPET lamented the poor staffing of schools, in particular junior secondary schools, where only 2 teachers per stream currently handle all the learning areas.
Shamila Baraza, Lookuptv.
The time now is 17 minutes past 9 p.m. East African time. We take a very short break here on the program, but we'll be back with so much more.
University of Kenya, which was chartered on the 3rd of August 2023, aims to revolutionize higher education by breaking down barriers such as cost, previous exam grades, and geographical location through online open learning at the comfort of your home, job, etc., thus ensuring accessibility to education for all members of the society. In a nutshell, Open University of Kenya leverages technology to deliver education.
Open University has brought a new dawn in the Kenya education system, where learners are able to access education in a flexible, affordable, and all-inclusive.
Intakes ongoing for May and September. For more information, call us on 0202000211 or 0202000212 or email us at info@ouk.ac.ke. Open University of Kenya, an innovative university for inclusive prosperity. Come, let us show you place spot to build your dream home in Baraka Garden, situated just 5.4 kilometers from Blue Post Junction along the Thika Gatura Road. Place finest with secure gated community, Majina Stima Eco on-site, Usitans na stories za title deeds ziko ready. Plus, flexible payment plans and financing options. Pay 30% and clear the rest in installments. Get in touch, twende site visit. For more information, contact 0794 333 222 or 0722 668 700 or visit our website www.mahasibuhousing.co.ke. Experience the beauty of Baraka Gardens today.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is Look Up Weekend. Nancy Lima here and Felista Adundo on the sign language interpretation. Let's move on. Traders in Lodwar Town, Turkana County, have expressed worry about the inadequate garbage collection in the streets, pointing fingers at the county government for not maintaining proper management of the town. They've urged the relevant authorities to ensure that garbage collection is properly handled so as to conduct their businesses in a clean environment.
Town yetu ni chafu sana na watu waliandikwa kazi ya kufanyia town. Hii watu waliandikwa kazi ya kazi gani? Wanakula pesa ya bure, wanakaa nyumbani, wanakuja misho yao kazi, wanakula mshahara. Na kazi ni mchana hapo. Barabara zimejaa hapa nyeusi kama hivi. Watu wasifanye kazi ya bure na wanalipa mshahara. Watu wafanye kazi na wanalipa mshahara kwa ukweli na utamaduni. Kama wafanye kazi, watu walete wengine wafanye kazi. Wenye wafanye kazi wafutwe. Sisi vijana hatuna kazi. Tunaomba ya kazi ya kufanyia town yetu hii.
We are facing a lot of dirty environment. Cholera ikikuja itatufagia wote.
Hiyo si mzuri.
Sisi tunaomba kama serikali tu iangalie maneno ya health hiyo. Kama vijana wengi tukao tunahangaika pia sisi. Kazi kama hiyo sisi pia tunaomba kazi kama tupatiwe. Juu kama watu wafanye kazi yao sio. So we give opportunity to the people who are doing their work.
But we have agreed to organize another very important meeting now with the summit and Kenya, which will take place. Some of the issues that in our letter wanted them to be addressed, one included lack of electricity connectivity in adjacent villages and wards where that Kenya power, that interquelled energy is situated. And then number two was lack of employment opportunities for the Turkana community. Another one was no economic benefits for Turkana people through access to tendering and procurement and doing business with Kenya. Another one was now lack of water projects in Turkana for Turkana community, lack of community-based infrastructure including health facilities, schools, livestock, lack of support in environment conservation and combating climate change, food insecurity. So basically the meeting is very important and we expect some.
Now the government has started building a 2-kilometer road in Baguo village, Kilifi County. The project, which is estimated to cost 3.5 million shillings, aims to increase school attendance and improve communication within the region. Onesmus Musonye with a report.
It is a relief for Baguo village residents in Kilifi County after the government commenced on construction of a 2-kilometer road in the area. According to the area residents, they had to endure for a long time the pain of bad roads, which affected economic and social activities in the area.
Nyesha huwa tuna shida sana. Tunatembea na mguu mpaka barabarani, lakini siku hii leo tunashukuru maana tumefanywa barabara.
Tunashukuru sana kwa sababu msaada huu wa barabara, kwa sababu barabara hii ambayo mnaiona upande huu ni barabara ambayo imesumbua hasa kwa upande wa watu wa bodaboda. Wakati mvua inaponyesha watu wa bodaboda huwa wanapata shida na ni barabara ambayo watu wa boda wanatumia sana kutokea kuenda sehemu ya Malindi.
Baguo Comprehensive School head teacher Constance Gambo said that many students were unable to get to school due to inaccessibility caused by bad state of roads in the area.
Tulikuwa na shida sana ya njia ya kufika shule. Shule haina njia, haina barabara. Hata tumejenga signboard lakini iko kwa msitu. Leo hii nasema asante sana kwa mbunge wa Malindi, Amina Laura Mnyezi, kwa kutufungulia hiyo njia ya shule. Mungu ambariki sana kisha sana kwa maendeleo. Watoto walikuwa wakipitia kwa mashamba ya wenyewe.
On the other hand, Malindi MP Amina Mnyazi urged residents to cooperate with the Kenya Rural Roads Authority KERA, engineers and contractors to enable the project to be implemented fully.
Na naomba hii barabara kwa sababu ina familia nyingi na ina watu wengi. Tukuwe ni watu ambao tutasaidiana na contractors. Tunataka ile pesa ambayo itatumika hapa wananchi waone ile value ya ile pesa ambayo itatumika hapa.
Onesmus Msonyi, Lookuptv.
Now, 2 people tragically lost their lives in yet another horrific accident involving a saloon car at Mogonga Market along the Ogembo-Nyangusu Road. One person passed away at the site, while the other later succumbed to the injuries at Bosongo Private Hospital. These and more stories in our county wrap.
Two people who were traveling on a saloon car on the Ogembo Nyanguso Road met their death. This is after the car rolled and hit the ground. Witnesses indicated that the accident happened at 4 a.m. where one person died on the spot.
So gari ilifly off ikagonga Caravat, mwishowe ikavuka ikagonga signboard ya Davon Hotel. Alafu kaisha kabisa mpaka mmoja wao akapoteza maisha.
The mortuary at Isiolo County Teaching and Referral Hospital will remain shut for the next 2 months for extensive repairs on its mortar facilities. Dr. Muhammad Abdi Boru, the county's Director of Medical Services, announced this during the handover of the renovation project to statehousekenya Limited Company. Dr. Boru also mentioned that the hospital's management has secured a court order permitting them to dispose of unclaimed bodies.
For him to start working at our mortuary here, we have also obtained court order to dispose of the bodies. We have already disposed 33 bodies, and there are 2 remaining. Na hata hizo ziko kwa process ya kuwa disposed of.
Over 100 women in West Pokot County have found cause for celebration as the county government, in partnership with human rights organization, has facilitated a market for them to sell their beadwork, enabling them to earn a livelihood. These women have lauded the initiative, highlighting that they have long relied on their husbands for household necessities, leading to stigma and abuse within the community due to their limited roles in the family.
Nataka kutetea wamama ili waweze wainuke katika uongozi wa taifa na uongozi wa kaunti hii, na pia wamama waweze kufanya biashara, waweze kuwa na pesa zao, wasiweze kutegemea wanaume peke yao.
Finally, in Samburu County, mothers have expressed their happiness because Samburu West MP Naisula Lesuada drilled a water well for them. Where they have started agriculture irrigation, those mothers have planted various plants such as sweet potatoes, sukuma and legumes so as to eradicate malnutrition in children under 5 years of age.
Tumepanda tuko na sukuma, tuko na ngwashe, pia tumepanda mbahasi na ni short term food, so inatusaidia sana. Tunaita shamba boy ama kitchen garden.
Lona Lorraine Ombuya, Lookuptv.
Let's now get sporty. KCBFC is eager to return to winning form as they prepare to play against Police FC in the FKF Premier League match at the Police Soccer Stadium this Saturday afternoon. Elvis Ayani, the assistant coach of KCB, stated that preparations are set and the team is fully prepared to compete against Police FC.
Our preparations so far have gone well. There's high morale in the team, and hopefully we're going to get a good result tomorrow. We have worked on our finishing. It's only the last match that we didn't score. Match we played against Bidco. But before Bidco match, we were scoring goals. Bidco match was a little bit different because we had played Bidco previously. And having played a team and scored about 3 goals, then you play it again, back to back. It was a little bit difficult for our players. But against Police, hopefully we're going to do the things right. Then we got to have a positive result.
The EPL resumes this weekend with Newcastle United playing against Tottenham. Defending champions Manchester City welcoming Luton Town at Etihad Stadium. Sunday fixtures have Liverpool up against Crystal Palace and Arsenal faces Aston Villa, among other matches. And we've come to the end of this broadcast this evening. Let me sample some of your feedback across Facebook. Deogracious Tajuba says he's watching from beautiful Uganda. We appreciate your feedback. We are beyond our borders. As well as Asirigwa says he is watching from Bungoma. We appreciate you and thank you so much. Keep it right here on Lookup TV. We're coming to you across all our 47 counties and as well across social media on Facebook where we are at Lookup TV, on X at Lookuptv and on YouTube at Lookuptv. And as well, our website, www.lookuptv.co.ke, you can get an opportunity to catch the latest, the headlines happening across our country and beyond our borders. That's it from us here right now. I'm Nancy Nalema, our sign language interpreter this evening has been Philista Adundo. Do have yourselves a pleasant evening, enjoy the weekend, and take care. Goodbye.